Hey guys, what's going on? It's Max. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about XLM, all the news related to XLM, why you should get into it before it's too late, and why you should finally put your attention into XLM, and what price you should get into it. Now, what's been happening with XLM? Let's start with all the news because you cannot miss this, and make sure to watch the whole video because we're going to go into a price analysis as to why I'm very bullish on XLM, especially for the month of April and May. Now let's not lose any more time. The first news we want to talk about is 8 million XLM, guys, which represents roughly about 4.2 million US dollars moved from unknown wallet to Coinbase. And this is huge news, guys, because this is very good news because it shows this that people are finally starting to normalize the use of altcoins, and that we're starting to see these big either private investors or big institution getting into cryptocurrencies because this obviously is a very large amount, and it's either very wealthy individuals or a very big institution which are slowly starting to get into cryptocurrencies. This is very good because it will bring stability for the coin, and it will bring good news for the coin, which will eventually lead to a bull run because of this FOMO aspect of people not want to missing the boat. And so this is good news because it overall shows this stability that people are starting to normalize the coin from a big institution to even private investors. And it just shows that it's just not teenagers investing in coin, and that this project actually has some big money into it, held by a few individuals. And so this is the first news I wanted to talk about and start the video off. The second one that's interesting is that they released a new version of Stellar Core that will resolve the issue that many nodes experienced this week. So they talk about if you run into a Stellar node of any kind, it is crucial that you upgrade as soon as possible, and this guide will help you to do that. Why did I bring in this news? Well, it's very simple. For me, Stellar is very innovative. It's very fast, forward-looking, and it's very on the lookout for its customer. Now, it experienced some issues with its payment, and you can see that it's trying to directly find a solution for the customer. And this is very good because it's always showing that the company is on the lookout and listening to everyone and each and every one's opinion. And for me, I thought this was interesting because it just showed how fast responsive they were by providing directly a guide directly to explain the users how to counter this issue. So I thought I'd mention it because it just shows that the Stellar Lumen network is on the lookout for its customer. Now, another one which I thought I talked about was that today was tested, it stayed up, this is good. Stellar is actually being used by countries, by company, and by people, and they have a legit use case, and XLM needs to be decentralized to work. Now, why did I bring this? I think this is super relevant to XLM because where I see altcoins taking off for April and May is for one simple reason: usability. Now, usability, guys, is huge. The fact that XLM has a real purpose, a mission, it actually solves an issue, is the reason why XLM has much more scalability over established coin like Bitcoin. Now, does that mean Bitcoin is going to go bankrupt? No, I do not think Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is here to stay, but they are different from one another. I think Bitcoin is a store of value, whereas XLM can be considered a store of value. But most importantly, XLM is actually has a purpose and solves an issue. Now, Stellar is actually being used, like they talked about, by countries, by companies, and by people. And this is good because people are starting to normalize the usage of XLM, and they have legit use case, and XLM needs to be decentralized to work. And now there's proof there is, and this is why there's a future for Stellar Org and XLM, not denying that. Now, I thought that was interesting, and I thought I'd mention it because I think XLM has much more use and is much more sustainable, scalable, and usable over Bitcoin in the long term. That does not mean that it's better because they are totally different. But it was important to mention it because we see that Stellar is actually being innovative. This leads me to another tweet, which I thought was interesting to look into, is that Stellar is looking good. It's performing a cup and handle formation. Now we'll talk about more into the video, so make sure to stay into it about why I think this is good. But overall, we see these trading patterns being highlighted here. And what's important to see is these cups. And now we're seeing these cup and handle formation, and this is overall a good sign and a bullish sign for Stellar, because as we see this, we expect this actually cup to go upwards, and so this bullish pattern will actually is quite positive. And what's important to take into account and remember from this is the trading pattern. Now we have a few trading patterns between 0.5 to 0.55. And then we have trading pattern 3 to trading pattern 4 on 0.6 and 0.66. And then we have the trading pattern 5 and 6 from 0.7 and 0.77. And so these are important for you to be on the lookout as to what can we expect to happen in the near future to finally go into a long-term perspective, as I will do as a low price analysis at the end. Now, the Bitcoin also, guys, this is good. Crypto market hits a $2 trillion valuation. And this is huge because it just shows that people are finally realize the opportunities that there is in cryptocurrencies, and that overall it has gained so much momentum in the last even the last few months, and this momentum keeps growing at a huge rate, and this is impressive because it just shows that people are starting to realize the importance of crypto and the crypto market as a whole. And it's important for you to see that they don't just talk about Bitcoin here. They talk about crypto market. Now, crypto market, why this is good for XLM and even Ethereum and ETH and Cardano and all these other coins is because it's talking about the crypto market and not generalizing on Bitcoin. Now, the whole crypto market now is being taken more seriously, and I believe this is very good because it just shows the amount people are into this, and people are invested big time into crypto, as we can see with the fact that we hit this $2 trillion valuation. And I don't think it's going to go down. I even think it's going to continue to rise as we continue to go forward. And so this leads me to the price analysis that you guys have been all waiting for. Now, what we see is a very stagnating growth between August and mid-November towards the beginning of December. And then what we saw is that towards mid-December, we had this massive bull run up, which was partly followed by a lot of positive press, and then some correction and consolidation to finally be followed by the biggest run-up bull run we saw, which was in the beginning of 2021. Now, this is amazing because it finally broke out of these resistance level, which we were kind of stagnating between the mid-December to beginning of 2021. So this actually broke out to a new all-time high, and actually then it was followed by some corrections, new all-time high corrections, and this is where we enter the analysis. Now, we've had these two trading patterns which behaved in a very similar way. We had this massive bull run followed by some bearish momentum, which drove the price down as people started to securing some profits, and people started to securing some profits. That was followed by the bulls taking the upper hand, and this led back to this bullish momentum going back up. This again was followed by some bears that drove the price down as they started securing some profit, and people started not believing the coin anymore. What's interesting is this. Now this is what we call people being uncertain of what's happening with the coin. The coin was stuck in this very low movement, whether there was this fight between the bulls and the bears, between the coin going up or down, and we see that the movements are very low compared to the candlestick prior to that, when we saw these massive bull runs. And this is partly due to this fear of being too late to the game, so people pulling out of their investment, people securing profits, and even well, the fear that crypto has reached too high valuations, as Bitcoin reaches new all-time high of $62,000. And so overall, this led a bit of fear, and overall the altcoin this week took a dip because I think of fear, and that's my only reason, because altcoin were performing very well. And so this leads me to the valuation as to what can we expect next. Well, towards the end of the week, we finally broke out of this consolidation and finally led to a bullish run. And what I see happening is a similar trading pattern to what happened in beginning of January and beginning in mid-February. And I believe that this next bull run to new all-time high will happen between mid-April to end of April to beginning of May. And so this is very important for you to look out. And finally, what I wanted to talk about is that XLM is here to stay. Now, we talked also about Akon being involved in the project with the XLM coin, and so with the XLM, network. And so this is very important. Even if it weren't to happen, it's good press because people are talking about it, and if people are talking about it, that means they're talking about XLM. And so this is overall very bullish news for them and what we can expect to happen next. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thought below. And please make sure to join the army by subscribing to the channel, because it greatly helps. And I'll make sure to catch you in the next video. Bye.